Hello everyone on YouTube, this is Jordan here again, and welcome to a special episode of Windows Tips and Tricks from Jordan, the series where I discuss everything and all the really cool stuff that you can do in Windows, which is of course the operating system developed by Microsoft. And I'm going to do something I didn't do in the series back when I released a lot more episodes of the series. We're going to do something practical. We're going to install Windows 10. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Jordan, you've got so many important files on that computer, and you recently did a Linux boot, dual boot. Well, I did do a Linux dual boot, but it's been slowing my computer down. Plus, I need to create a Windows 10 USB installation disk anyway to fix my a relative's computer. So, yeah, very busy week. So, before we get started, what you're going to need first is a valid copy of Windows 10. If your computer comes with Windows 10, then you're sorted. You're going to want a USB flash drive, 8 gigabytes or more. You're going to want the Windows 10 Media Creation tool, which you can download from Microsoft. And I'll show you how to create a Windows 10 flash drive in another video. But for now, we want to focus on actually installing a fresh copy of Windows 10. So what are the scenarios? Let's say that your computer has been acting up, booting into the recovery mode, and you can't access your Windows. You can't access your Windows partition, and it keeps turning itself off. It could be a hardware problem, but it could also be a Windows problem. Or you just want to do a fresh install of Windows and delete any other stuff that you may have had. Or you just want to fresh install a new upgrade to Windows. And this is really good if you've had viruses as well and you want to do a fresh install. Or maybe you're giving your machine away and you want to, do a fresh install. Well, this is going to be the quickest way of doing the Windows install. I've set everything up. So what I'm going to do...
Switch stop recording button.
...is make sure I'm still recording. I've done all that already. So I'm going to shut down this computer, which is currently running Windows 10. Because I'm going to do a fresh install on here.
Content, new sign up, restart, shut down, new.
I'm going to shut this thing down.
Secure desktop.
And I am going to use the Windows narrator, and I am off camera, so sorry, but listen to the instructions, because you can follow along with me if you wish. So that's just NVDA closing
desktop
down
window
for the final time before we destroy everything on this hard drive. Well, we are doing a fresh Windows 10 install. Now, you want to make sure that the USB is in the computer ready to actually boot. So this is actually a fresh Windows 10 flash drive. And this will be the media we use to install Windows 10 on it. So we wait for the computer to actually shut itself down. So let me just check that. It's shutting down. Okay, now that the computer is shut down, turn the machine on. And you can see here, press F12 for boot menu. I'm going to repeatedly hit F12. This differs according to your motherboard, but here I am in the boot menu. I want to select my USB. Wait for that to boot up. Oops, I did it wrong there. Hang on a minute. I have done a dual boot system recently, so I need to know what it's done with my USB. So now we should be booting into the Windows 10 installation media.
Starting narrator.
Yep.
Administrator. X:\Windows /SYSTEM32 /CMD.exe window. Text area. Space. At VPN toast icon.png. Space. Narrator dialog. OK. Administrator. X. Space. Space. X:\Windows /SYSTEM32. VPN toast icon.institute is not recognized as an internal or X. Setup is not recognized as an internal or external command. S.
Okay, we're in a command prompt.
X:\Windows /SYSTEM32. Resources is not recognized as
Hang on a minute there. There we go.
starting narrator. Winfield.exe window. Text area. Editing. Turn off narrator. OK. Button. Windows setup window.
There we go.
Install Windows, time, and currency format. English.
Finally, we've got into we're in the setup experience.
Alt+T.
Microsoft.
So the first question you're asked is time and currency format and your language. Keep them as default because you'll be able to change these later. So, now that I've finally booted into the Windows setup,
Keyboard or input method. US.
so
Box.
keep your keyboard layout as is.
Next. Button.
Click next.
Alt. Install now. Button. Alt.
So I want to click install. Well, here, let's go through the options. So now on the next screen, we've got install now,
Repair your computer.
repair your computer,
Install now. Button.
and that's it. So we want to do install now.
Install Windows window.
And depending on your computer, you'll next be asked for your product key. Go to the button that says I don't have a product key. And then what you want to do is select the addition of Windows from the next combo box. For most people,
Windows setup window. EULA. I accept.
for most people, it'll be Windows 10 Home. After you've done that, you've got the user license agreement. So this is really important. So what we're going to do is I'm going to
License terms check. I accept the license terms checkbox unchecked.
check the box that says I accept the license terms.
Space. Checked. Next. Button.
Click
Upgrade.
next.
Install Windows and keep files.
And now we have our options. Upgrade, install Windows and keep files.
Custom. Install Windows.
Custom, install Windows only.
Back.
And we've got our usual buttons. So if you want, let's assume that you can't get into your computer at the moment. you want to get back to Windows as soon as possible and you are sure you have a backup of your system. We're going to select Custom.
Install type. Custom. List view control. Enter table list view control. 4x5. Drive 0 partition 3 total size 485 point.
And this is the partitioning part. Now, to make things easy, we're just going to delete all these until we're left with unallocated space.
Exit table. Delete. Button. Alt plus.
Can I turn this up?
Format. Delete. Button. Windows setup dialog. Cancel. Button. OK. Windows setup window. List view control. Enter table list. Drive 0 partition 2 total size 16.0. Exit table. Delete. Windows
We're going to
setup
delete all
dialog.
these
Cancel. But OK. Windows
because we
setup
want
window.
to completely
List view
clean the
control.
drive.
Enter table list. Drive 0 unallocated space total size 408.
We've already got some unallocated there.
Drive 0 partition 2 total size 400 and exit table. Refresh. Delete. Windows setup. OK.
Now you want to keep on doing this
Windows
until you're on
setup window.
unallocated
List view
space.
control. Enter table list view control. 2x5. Drive 0 unallocated. Drive 0 partition 1 total size 500. Exit table. Delete. Button.
Delete
Windows
that.
setup dialog. Cancel. Button. Windows setup. OK. Windows setup window. List view control. Enter table list view control. 1x5. Drive 0 unallocated space total size 931.5 GB.
So this is what we should be left with. A partition, that unallocated space, equal to the storage you have on your drive. Now, before you do this, check how much storage your drive actually has. And you want to be left with some unallocated space, like I have here. Once you've done that,
Exit table. New. Button. Load driver. Next.
click Next, and it should install. Now, mistakes can happen here, so if they do, you may have to restart the installation or repair your installation media. So I'm going to go click Next.
Windows setup window. Copying Windows files. 0%. Getting files ready for installation. 0%.
There we go. Once it gets to this step, it's going to start installing.
Mike, stop recording.
So it's entered this process now where it's getting things ready for installation. Now this could
Getting files ready for installation. 4%.
now this could
Getting files
take a
ready for
while.
installation. 5%.
I hope you can hear it all right. Apologies for if you can't, because I can't turn it up at the moment. But what it's doing is it's copying all the files, and once it's done that, it will begin the installation.
Getting files ready for installation. 15%. Getting files ready for installation. 16%.
Now, depending on your computer, this could take quite a while, as I said, but through my experience,
Getting files ready for installation. 33%.
it's pretty easy.
Getting files ready for installation. 34%.
I mean, it's on 34% now. It's still on the getting files ready for installation screen.
Getting files ready for installation. 49%. Getting files ready for installation. 49%.
You can hear as well, the narrator is telling us what's going on too. This is why it's important we clear out all the drive so that we don't introduce problems into our new Windows installation.
Getting files ready for installation. 68%.
I mean, it's almost done. Now, in your circumstances, it could be different for you, depending on
Getting files ready for installation. 79%.
how good your computer
Getting files
is.
ready for installation. 79%.
But this is the fastest way to do a fresh install of Windows 10 and get your computer back up and running. So it's only getting files ready for installation screen still.
Getting files ready for installation. 84%.
I mean, it's almost done. Copying these.
Getting files ready for installation. 96%.
Here we go. We're almost done.
Getting files ready for installation. 99%. Installing features.
There we go. It's done. It's installing. It's in the next screen now. Installing features.
Updates.
And now it's installing any updates. And then once it's done that, we'll be prompted to restart our computer anytime, any moment soon.
Finish. Restart now. Button.
So I'm going to click.
Plus
I'm going to go ahead and click restart now. Otherwise, it'll restart on its own. Here we go. It has restarted and is now setting things up. This is where it actually begins the real installation. And again, if you're visually impaired like me, you can turn on narrator. I'd wait for a while, just in case. Because like I said, this can take a while. But it is slowly starting up because it is preparing to start Windows up for the first time. Or rather, it's actually installing everything. So again, we've got to be patient. If you don't hear a narrator talking to you, keep mashing control Windows and enter until it does. Because it could still be setting things up. It looks like we're still setting up.
Start OK button.
There we go.
Progress window. Progress window. Getting ready.
There we go. We're in the screen that says getting ready.
Getting ready.
So once you see that, you're good to go.
Microphone. Stop record.
This means that it's almost done and it's getting ready to restart once again. Let me just double check that.
Progress window. Getting ready.
I'm sorry you have to wait a while, but you're seeing a live Windows installation here.
Getting ready.
So it's going to keep saying that until it restarts. And then when it restarts again, we'll be in the setup experience. And let me tell you, it's the best setup experience I have ever seen. Because we'll have Cortana pop up to help us.
Getting ready.
So it's still on the getting ready screen. This means that it's making sure that the computer can run it, which it can. But again, it's still installing things in the background. Like I said, keep mashing the narrator keys until you get spoken feedback, because it won't always do it straight away. You have to wait.
Getting ready.
So we're still in the getting ready.
Getting ready.
Now, this could take a while, but listen out for any drive activity. Of which there is some.
Getting ready.
This could take a while, folks, so apologies. Hard drive is still running.
Getting ready. Getting ready.
So it's still going to show that. Here we go. And here we go. We've restarted for the second time. And at this point now, we'll be in the setup screen. It has installed Windows 10. And it's about to start the setup screen. Again, you can turn on narrator, which I'm going to do. But again, you've got to wait patiently. And if things are done right, you should see a text box that says, just a moment. Again, we're waiting here.
Narrator dialog. OK. Desktop list. Recycle bin. 1 of 2. Narrator window. Narrator heading level 1. Narrator. 1 of narrator heading level. Quick start. Narrator. Microsoft account.
There we
Microsoft
go, we're in
account
the setup.
window. Just a moment. At level 2.
Hi there, I'm Cortana, and I'm here to help.
Here we go, setup
Howdy,
experience.
A little sign in here, a touch of Wi-Fi there, and we'll have your PC ready for all you plan to do.
A little. Use
your voice or the keyboard along the way, and if you'd like me to stay quiet, just select the little microphone icon towards the bottom of your screen.
If you need it.
If you need an assistive screen reader, press the Windows, Control, and Enter keys at the same time to turn on narrator.
Okay, we're getting ready.
Enough intro. Let's dig in.
So here's how it works.
Windows setup. Just a moment.
Your region is set to the United States. Is that right?
Region selection.
No.
Which region do you want to use?
United Kingdom.
I've got that you want to use United Kingdom. Is that right?
Yes.
Windows setup. Just a moment. At level 2.
Your keyboard is set to US. Want to stick with that?
No.
Which keyboard do you want to use?
United Kingdom.
I've got that you want to use United Kingdom. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you also type with another keyboard layout?
Skip.
No.
Windows setup. Just a moment. At level 2. Just a moment. At level 2. Pane. Network connection flow window.
Now let's get you connected to a network. That way you can get updates, apps, and cat videos as soon as possible. How about the first one on the list? Want to use that one?
No. No.
Okay. How about this next one on the list?
No.
0 for 2. I'll quit guessing now. Go ahead and select the one you'd like to use.
Connect automatically checkbox.
Okay, so now we're in our network settings. So we have just set up our language preferences with Cortana, as you just heard there. Let me just make sure I'm still recording. Windows isn't going to go anywhere. At this point, Windows is installed now. We're in the first run wizard.
Microsoft stop record.
So if you don't have internet and say you're setting up the computer for someone else, we're going to click I don't have internet.
Connect. Link. I don't have internet.
Press this button here.
Just so you know, connecting to a network now could save you some time later. If you want to get that out of the way, choose yes.
No.
Volume level 94. Volume level 100.
Right, you should be able to hear things now.
Control bar. Microsoft account window. Control bar. Disable voice control. But input indicator. Button. Volume. Windows setup. Back. There's more to discover when you connect to the internet. Table. Columns full setup with
No.
Microsoft account.
I would
4x2.
I would connect to the internet, but I'm not typing in a long network password.
Exit table. Continue with limited setup.
So
Button.
I'm going to click continue with limited setup here. Because if you don't want to connect to an internet, you're brought to this. So we're going to press enter on continue with limited setup.
Windows setup. Just a moment. At level 2.
Type what you want to name your account.
Name. Edit.
So now we're in the account setup. So I'm going to type in my name here.
J-O-R-D-A-N.
Don't worry, we can set things up later. For now, we're just setting up like this.
Next. Button. Next.
Okay, now type a password for your account.
Now, you can opt for a password. But for simplicity's sake, I'm going to go for no password.
Next.
Because they're easy to forget on Windows, and if you've forgotten your password, then nuking your drive's the only way you're going to get rid of it.
Control. Create a super memorable password. Next. Button.
So we're going to click next.
Next. Windows setup. Just a moment. At level 2. Just a moment.
Let's set things up the way you like them. First, choose if you want to use your voice to talk with me and other apps on this device.
Use online speech recognition. Use your voice for dictation and to talk to Cortana and other apps that use Windows cloud-based speech recognition. Send Microsoft your voice data to help improve our speech services. 1 of 2.
So now we're in the basic stuff, what we want, the privacy settings and stuff. So you can go ahead and review these. I'm just going to say no to most of these.
Don't use online speech.
I'm going to use this because I like Cortana.
Use online speech recognition.
Now,
Learn more. Accept.
click accept.
Accept.
Now, choose if you want to let Microsoft and other apps use your location to help you with directions, weather, and more.
So again, this is for stuff like your weather apps and maps. So,
No, you won't be able to get location-based experience.
I don't want, well actually, yeah, I'm going
Yes.
to get location-based experiences. Because I use
Yes,
weather
get
apps,
location-based.
like the one on my phone.
Learn more. Accept.
Click accept, and Cortana will tell us what to do next.
Accept.
And if you ever lose your device, here's where you get to choose if you want help finding it.
Yes, turn on Find My Device and use your device's
Now,
location.
finding my device requires a Microsoft account. Obviously, we can't turn it on because we've not got internet, so I'm going to click no.
No Windows. No Windows won't be. Learn more.
We can change all these later.
Accept. Button.
So I'm going to click accept.
Accept.
Next, Choose whether or not you want to help Microsoft diagnose and fix issues.
Send required and optional diagnostic data. Send info about the websites you browse and how you use apps and features.
Now, this is the thing people complain about when they think of Windows 10, because Microsoft does all that data collecting and stuff. This is the one thing that people complain about, but you can actually tell Windows not to do all this. So I'm going to go pick basic.
Send required Send required and optional diagnostics.
Send required and optional diagnostics is our options here.
Send required diagnostic data. Send only info about your device, its settings, and capabilities.
So this is what we're going to do. Send only information about our device, its capabilities and settings. This will tell Microsoft, look, people are running our software on a computer with 4 gigs of RAM. Let's make sure that they have the best experience possible. That sort of thing. I mean, they need to know about your computer so that they can update Windows accordingly to work with that machine, if you know what I mean. And they can get software vendors to write drivers for the hardware that people use. So I'm going to press enter on this one.
Send required diagnostic data. Send only in. Learn more. Accept button.
So I'm going to click accept on this one.
Accept this.
And if you want to help improve language recognition and suggestions for apps and services that run on Windows, you can choose to do that here.
So again,
No, don't use my diagnostic data to help improve the language recognition and suggestion capabilities.
now I don't want to use my diagnostic data for language suggestions and stuff, because I only want to use it to help Microsoft figure out what's wrong with my computer. So I'm going to click this here.
No, don't use my.
And press
Learn more. Accept.
press accept.
Accept.
If you want tips, offers, and suggestions that are tailored to you, just select accept.
There we go. We've just got a helpful tip from Cortana there. So
Know the tips, ads, and
this is all about tips. If you don't want all this, then you can. If you want all this, then you can click yes on these. Like I said, I'm pressing no on all of these.
Know the tips, ads, and recommendations you see will be more generic and may be less relevant to you. 2.
Okay, so now
Learn more. Accept.
we should be done now.
Accept.
Last up for these settings, choose whether or not you want your ads to be more relevant to you.
Now this is
Yes,
about
apps can use.
this is about advertising. Again, for privacy, if we want to have the most private experience, and I'm sure most people do, we're going to click no.
No, the number of ads you see won't change, but they may be less relevant to you. 2 of 2.
The number of ads won't change, but they'll be less relevant to you. Yeah, we'll go for that one.
No, the number. Learn more. Accept button.
Press accept.
Windows setup. Just a moment.
Hey, look, that's me, Cortana. Can I have permission to use the info I need to do my best work?
Yes.
Windows setup. Just a moment. At level 2. Just a moment. At level.
Almost done now. We just need to get a few more things polished up for you, and Windows will be all yours. Looking forward to helping out.
So at this point now, we've set up Windows properly.
Getting your PC ready.
It is.
This might take a few minutes.
It's configuring our
Don't
profile.
turn off starting narrator.
It's configuring our
Desktop
profile.
pane.
It's configuring things now.
Start record.
So it's getting our accounts and stuff ready, giving us the settings we need. And we should actually be on the desktop actually.
Getting your PC ready. This might take a few minutes. Don't turn off your PC.
So you can see the option that says getting your PC ready. This may take a while. Don't turn off your
Desktop 1.
PC.
Desktop 1. Pane.
There we go. The desktop is slowly showing itself.
Getting your PC ready. This might take a few minutes. Don't turn off your PC. Region. Browse the web with Microsoft Edge, the new browser recommended by Microsoft for your PC.
Now ignore that because we won't be using Edge. To me, it's bloatware, and I'm sure the majority of you want to use Google Chrome, which Edge is based off of. Bad idea to
Getting
switch
your
to
PC ready.
Chromium, really.
This might take a few minutes. Don't turn off your PC.
Because the unique selling point of this update is the new Edge browser, which is only good for one thing: installing the apps you want and when you want. I mean, I wouldn't say it's an integral part of the operating system because it isn't. Because
Getting your PC ready. This might take a few minutes.
in my experience,
Don't turn off your PC.
it's slower than Chrome, and it's slower than the old Edge. So it's still getting a cell.
New notification.
We are set up now, and we just got this pop-up saying, searching for display driver. Performance and battery life will be impacted until a compatible driver has finished installing. So at this point, we should be on our desktop now. And we can try going to the start menu.
Start window.
Here we go.
Search.
So what I always do after a Windows install is check that all the required apps are installed.
Start window.
So here we have our required apps.
Number sign. Cap A. Group. Alarms and clock.
Alarms and clock.
Cap C. Calculator.
Calculator.
Calendar.
Calendar.
Camera.
Camera.
Cortana. Cap F. Feedback hub. Cap G. Get help. Groove mute. Cap M. Groove.
We've got Groove Music, which is slowly getting discontinued.
Mail. Maps. Microsoft Edge. Microsoft Solitaire Collection. Microsoft Store. Mixed Reality Portal. Movies and TV. Capo. Office. OneDrive. OneNote. 3 of.
So we've got all our required apps, which is really good to see.
Cap P. Groove. Paint 3D.
You want to make sure you've not got any missing apps.
People. Photos. Cap S. Settings. Skype. Snip and Sketch.
So we've got the new Snip and Sketch.
Sticky notes.
Sticky notes.
Tips. All apps.
We've got our tips.
Voice recorder.
Voice recorder.
Capped up. Weather.
Weather.
Windows accessories.
Windows accessories.
Windows ease of. Windows power. Windows security.
Windows Defender.
Windows system. Cap X. Xbox. One of.
We have the Xbox app, which I suggest you uninstall if you don't have an Xbox.
Xbox game bar. Cap Y. Your phone.
And we've got the My Phone app, which is always a good thing to see. So what I'm going to do is
Cap Xbox.
quickly uninstall the Xbox app because it's not.
More. Uninstall. Pop-up window.
It's not.
Start window. Cap X. Xbox.
I don't
X.
class it
Group.
as an important app in Windows. However, now that we're actually on the desktop and our PC is ready for us to use, there is one thing I'm going to say. Congratulations, we have successfully installed Windows 10. So now what's next, you may ask? Check your activation status, of course. See if you're connected to the internet. Download your favourite apps, like I'm going to do after I've done recording this video. And get some of the old data back that you backed up when you created the installation media or whatnot. But we've got a fresh copy of Windows 10, and if you've managed to make it this far and your computer isn't having any troubles, then you've successfully fixed your PC.
Switch to stop recording.
So in summary, what did we do? Well, we booted into our Windows 10 installation media. We chose our time and currency format and the language. It always has English US, which you can change in the setup experience, as we've just seen. We have chosen what type of installation we want, custom or advanced. So we did the custom. We have completely deleted all the partitions on the drive so that Windows can create new ones. And then once all that was taken care of, we have then the computer then started installing Windows, getting things ready. And then it restarted. And then we had to wait another couple of minutes for it to actually get the required stuff loaded and make sure that our PC was compatible before it restarted a second time. And then we just went through the basic setup instructions with the help of Cortana too, which is pretty neat. So I hope this video has helped you fix your computer and install Windows 10. You could follow along with me, but even if you could see, this is pretty easy. Even if you weren't like me. Now, I'd advise you, anyone who is doing this from a flash drive, to keep that drive handy. You never know when you need to fix your computer or someone else's computer. So I'm going to keep my Kingston Data Traveler handy, and the first thing I'm going to do is remove it from the computer because it is not needed. Like so. Keep in mind we've not got the drivers installed yet, but once we're connected to the internet, it will install updates and install the required drivers. So to celebrate the installation of our fresh new Windows 10, installation, I'm going to finish this video off with a song. And this is a song that I've learned. It's a well-known bluegrass song. It's called Wildwood. Thank you for watching this very special episode of Windows Tips and Tricks from Jordan. I know that it took ages because, again, you were viewing a real live installation of Windows 10 and how long it takes. I don't think anyone's ever shown a full Windows 10 installation on YouTube. The time it normally takes, they've usually skipped ahead to the point where they can actually use where the computer actually requires input from them. But I wanted to show you I wanted you to experience what it was really like. And that's the whole point, really. But you could have, you can skip certain features and fast forward if needs be. But it does take a while, like I said. So I'm very glad that we've got a fresh Windows 10 install. And let me know in the comments if you managed to fix a broken computer doing this. And this is Jordan signing off saying, have a good day everyone, and take care.